welcome back to Coco's Book Nook. I am Courtney, and today we are going to be talking about all of my favorite festive reads, all of my Christmassy books that I have loved over the past few years. We are going to start with one of my all-time favorites that I have loved since I was a child, and we started watching the movies in school. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. This one has been one of my favorite books and one of my favorite Christmas movies since I was little. There's just something about it and about being with Ebenezer and seeing him progress through Christmas Eve and finding that, and Tiny Tim and all of it. Like, it's just one of my favorite books. And if you haven't read it, please at least go watch the movie. My favorite one is probably the Mickey one, probably the Disney one that they just did, but definitely the Mickey one is one of my favorite ones. And then next up, we're sticking with Mr. Dickens, and I think I read this one last year or the year before, and Mr. Dickens and His Carol. This one is about Charles, and he is not feeling this Christmas spirit as he should be, and his newest book was another flop. The critics have turned against him, relatives near and far hound him for money, and while his wife plans a lavish holiday party for their ever-expanding family and circle of friends, Dickens has visions of the poorhouse. But when his publishers try to blackmail him into writing a Christmas book to save them from all the financial ruin, he refuses. But the serious bout of writer's block sets in. Frazzled and filled with self-doubt, Dickens seeks solace in his great palace of thinking, the City of London itself. On one of his long night walk in a once-beloved square, he meets the mysterious Eleanor Lovejoy, who might be just the muse he needs. As Dickens' deadlines close in, Eleanor propels him on a Scrooge-like journey that tests everything he believes about generosity, friendship, ambition, and love. The story he writes will change Christmas forever. I love the journey. Like, I love seeing it, and it just made me love A Christmas Carol even more. The next up we have In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. This one, it was great. So we are following Malin Jones. She lives with her parents, hates her going nowhere job, and has just made a romantic error of epic proportions. But perhaps worst of all, this is the last Christmas May will be at her favorite place in the world, the snowy Utah cabin, where she and her family have spent every holiday since she was born, along with two other beloved families. Mentally melting down as she drives away from the cabin for the final time, May throws out what she thinks is a simple plea to the universe. Please, show me what will make me happy. The next thing she knows, tires screech, metal collides, everything goes to black. But when May gasps awake, she's on a plane bound for Utah yet again. So she is repeating her whole vacation, her whole Christmas vacation, until she gets it right. And there is something about, I like it more in movies where it keeps bringing you back day by day by day. You messed up. Go back and restart. That, I do like that, and this book did it really, really, really well, and I absolutely loved it. It was definitely one of my favorite Christmas ones so far. Next up, we have The Toymaker's Apprentice by Sherry L. Smith. I believe I read this 2 years ago. I didn't love it as much as I was going to. It is a middle grade. I believe there was a movie too. I can't remember. But Stefan Drosselmeyer is a reluctant apprentice to his toymaker father until the day his world turned upside down. His father is kidnapped and Stefan is enlisted by his mysterious cousin Christian Dosselmeyer to find a mythical net to save a princess who has been turned into a wooden doll. So this one reminded me a lot of the Nutcracker. It reminded me a lot of the Nutcracker, and I believe it is original inspiration by the Nutcracker Ballet. This one, it was fun. I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to, but it was still a cute, quick read. Next up, we have The Christmas Fair by Lori Wilde. This one is about Kelsey James, who always plays by the rules, and look where it got her. Dumped and half drunk in a poofy white dress, her Christmas wedding was ruined. Then her best friend talks her into going on her honeymoon anyway, daring her to a Christmas of yes. It's about time she lets loose a little, and Kelsey agrees to say yes to fun, to romance, and to adventure, and adventure leads her right smack into the arms of sexy Noah McGregor. I haven't read this one in a couple years. I believe I read this one in 2021, 2022. But it was cute, and it was definitely one of those Hallmark Christmassy reads, and that's kind of why I liked it. And I think there was a little bit of a cowboy element, I think. I think they're in a small town. But it was cute, and it was adorable, and I actually really liked it. Next up, we have One Day in December by Josie Silver. This one is about Lori. Lori is pretty sure love at first sight doesn't exist anywhere but the movies. But then through a messed up bus window one snowy December day, she sees a man who she knows instantly is the one. Their eyes meet, there's a moment of pure magic, and then her bus drives away. And so we are following Lori in this one. She meets the guy on the bus, and she doesn't see him again till I think about a year later, and her best friend brings him home. They're in love, they want to get married, blah 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 blah, and we're following the both of them as we journey through both of their perspectives and see where it follows us. And I do really, really love this one. There's some aspects I didn't really like, especially throwing the best friend in there and being like, hey, here's the love of your life, but he's mine. You can't have him. Type of stuff. That's really the only thing that I really, really didn't like in this one. But other than that, I did really enjoy this one, and it's probably in my top fave so far. Next up, we have The Spirit of the Season by Fern Michaels. There is just something about a Fern Michaels Christmas reads, and I have only read Fern Michaels Christmas reads, and there's just something about them that gives me those Hallmark feelings. This one is about Joy Preston. She misses her beloved late grandmother dearly, but when she learns the names of Nana's will, she's shocked. And more than a little irked, Joy moved to Colorado years ago and is now the CEO of a successful nail polish company. Her life and career are in Denver. However, how can Nana have expected her to give that up, even temporarily, to take over a bed and breakfast in North Carolina for 6 months? So her grandma pretty much told her, like, hey, you have to be here for 6 months. Deal with it. And I believe she does end up finding love. I can't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, perhaps even indulging in a little matchmaking between Joy and handsome estate attorney Will Drake. And it was really, really cute. Like, this one was definitely those, like, Hallmark vibe feels in it. And it's just kind of, like, I get those Hallmark feelings from most of Fern Michaels' reads. And then we also have The Brightest Star by Fern Michaels. This one has been a minute since I have read this one. Christmas is more than just a celebration for Lauren Montgomery. For generations, it's been her family's livelihood. Their Christmas shop, Razzle Dazzle Decor, has seen seasonal fads come and go, but there's one trend they can't escape. Online superstores are swallowing their sales, and this Christmas season will need to be the best ever if the store is to stay in business. So she, on the sideline, writes biographies for business figures. She's thrilled when her literary agent contacts her with a new proposal before learning the subject will be none other than John Gerald Giampaolo. He's the titan behind globalgoods.com. One of the online retailers that has spelled dooms for hundreds of small businesses just like Razzle Dazzle. So this one is kind of more of a kind of enemies to lovers type of situation. She does meet his son, and yeah, things happen, and I really like this one, and it was definitely very, very cute and very, very Hallmarky and all the good stuff that we like about Hallmark Christmas movies. And then we also have the Santa Cruz by Michaels yet again. So in Santa Cruz, this one in late December, Amy, Rachel, Frankie, and Nina gather in Miami, ready to board their state-of-the-art cruise ship. The entertainment options are endless, the food is to die for, and the passenger list includes hundreds of eligible men. The highlight of the week will be the magnificent New Year's Eve celebration with multiple themed parties, dancing, and of course fireworks. The ladies are happy to give Cupid a helping hand here and there, hanging mistletoe in elevators and cheering each other on through speed date events and shore excursions. Holidays, like the path of love itself, don't always go exactly as planned. But over the course of one festive, unforgettable week, all four will set sail on surprising new adventures. This one was kind of a weird take on a Christmas romance Hallmarky movie. Like, they're on a cruise. There's 4 of them, and I believe it was a Christmas singles cruise. Like, I think it was like Christmas themed singles cruise. It was actually really good, and I actually did enjoy this one as well. And then, last but not least, we have Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cockeron. 1 year ago, recent Portland transplant Ellie Oliver had her dream job in animation and a Christmas Eve meet-cute with a woman at a bookstore that led her to fall in love over the course of a single night. But after the betrayal the next morning and the loss of her job soon after, she finds herself adrift and alone and desperate for money. Finding work at a local coffee shop, she's just getting through the days until Andrew, the shop's landlord, proposes a shocking drunken plan, a marriage of convenience, that will give him the recent inheritance and alleviate Ellie's financial woes and isolation. They make a plan to spend the holidays together at his family cabin to keep up the ruse, but when Andrew introduces his new fiancée to his sister, Ellie is shocked to discover it's Jack, the mysterious woman she fell for over the course of one magical Christmas Eve the year before. Now Ellie must choose between the safety of a fake relationship and the risk of something real. It's definitely LGBTQ plus friendly. It's a Hallmark Christmas story as well. It was really, really, really cute, and this one was one that I just could not put down. Wait. It's definitely one of those marriage and convenience type of stuff. Andrew actually really was like a good guy in this, and I really liked him. I also liked his sister's story, and I also liked Ellie's story, and it all just worked really well together to make that Christmas Hallmark movie type of book that I love. And that's all I have for you. That is 10 different Christmas romance or just Christmas books in general that I have loved over the last few years. And of course, I'm gonna have more to add to this next year from the ones that I'm reading currently. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.